Global News Briefing, January 16, 2026. Good morning and welcome to your daily global briefing. Today is Friday, January 16, 2026. We are covering a volatile mix of geopolitical shifts, record-breaking financial markers, and significant movements in the global supply chain. From the cooling tensions in the Middle East to a new record in Chinese trade, here's what you need to know. World News. Easing tensions in Iran, but geopolitical rifts widen elsewhere. Global markets are breathing a tentative sigh of relief this morning as immediate fears of a direct U.S. military strike on Iran have subsided. President Donald Trump announced yesterday that he had received assurances from Tehran regarding the cessation of violence against protesters. This diplomatic signal has momentarily lowered the temperature in the region, leading to a sharp 5% drop in crude oil prices as the risk premium evaporates. However, the situation remains fragile, with internal unrest in Iran continuing to isolate the nation from the global community. Meanwhile, tensions are flaring in the Arctic. Russia has issued a stern warning regarding NATO's increasing military presence and war games near Greenland. This comes amid a complex diplomatic standoff involving the U.S., Denmark, and Greenland's local government, following renewed American interest in purchasing the territory, a move critics call a challenge to Arctic sovereignty. In the Americas, the U.S. standoff with Venezuela continues. U.S. forces have seized a sixth oil tanker linked to the Venezuelan government, ramping up pressure on Caracas just as President Trump prepares to meet with opposition leader Maria Corina Machado at the White House.
Economy. China's record trade surplus defies tariff pressure. In a stunning display of economic resilience, Beijing has reported a record trade surplus of over $1 trillion for the past year. This figure comes despite the aggressive tariff policies reimposed by the Trump administration. Economic analysts suggest that Chinese manufacturers have successfully front-loaded exports and diversified their markets into the global south to bypass U.S. restrictions. This massive surplus is likely to fuel further trade friction between Washington and Beijing, as the U.S. administration may view this as evidence that current tariffs are insufficient. Closer to home, the economic outlook is becoming increasingly K-shaped. Recent data indicates that while high-income sectors and luxury goods remain robust, lower-income households are tightening their belts significantly. This divergence is creating a split economy where aggregate growth numbers mask deep underlying inequalities in consumer spending power.
Finance. Gold hits all-time highs as banks stumble. Financial markets experienced a chaotic 24 hours. While equities faced headwinds, safe haven assets are soaring. Gold futures have surged to a fresh record high of $4,650 an ounce, and silver has crossed the $90 threshold for the first time. This flight to safety suggests that despite the easing rhetoric on Iran, investors remain deeply concerned about long-term inflationary pressures and policy unpredictability from the Federal Reserve. On Wall Street, the mood was somber as major banks kicked off the earnings season with disappointing results. J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Wells Fargo all saw their stock prices decline following mixed fourth-quarter reports. Investors are digesting the impact of potential credit card interest rate caps suggested by the administration, which could severely cut into banking revenue streams. In the crypto sector, Bitcoin has rallied over 4% in the last day, reclaiming the $97,000 level, further cementing its status as a favored asset class amidst traditional market volatility.
Technology. AI ethics scandal and CES 2026 wrap-up. The technology sector is reeling from a major ethical controversy. Elon Musk's AI platform Grok has been banned from generating images of real people after reports surfaced that it was producing non-consensual deepfake content involving minors. The backlash has been swift and global, with regulators in the UK and EU launching immediate investigations. Musk has denied personal knowledge of the flaw, but X, formerly Twitter, has already implemented blocks to prevent the creation of such images. On a brighter note, CES 2026 has just concluded in Las Vegas. The standout trend this year was agentic AI, artificial intelligence that doesn't just answer questions but takes independent action to solve problems. Hardware highlights included Samsung's new Galaxy Z Trifold, a dual-hinge device that promises to revolutionize the foldable market, and Lenovo's unified AI ecosystem which attempts to seamlessly connect PCs and data centers.
Logistics. Supply chains face K-shaped pressures and weather chaos. Finally, in logistics, the industry is grappling with the same K-shaped economic reality mentioned earlier. Logistics providers catering to high-end retail and advanced manufacturing are seeing strong volumes, while those serving mass-market retail are reporting a slowdown. Additionally, severe weather continues to disrupt European freight hubs. Heavy snow at Amsterdam's Schiphol Airport has grounded freighters, causing significant backlogs in air cargo destined for the continent. On the ocean freight front, carriers are attempting to stabilize rates after the volatility of the Red Sea crisis, but shippers are being warned to expect a solid seasonal bounce in rates ahead of the Lunar New Year, complicating budget forecasts for Q1 2026.